first event of the day. About an hour from now or so, shot put on the ladies' side, and the women's high jump will get going at 10 o'clock. Triple jump for the women at 11. Men's pole vault at noon. Men's shot put at 12:30, and that will conclude our field events for the meet. But you are watching the opening heat of our finals. That was Zachary Adams from NYU. Certainly hope you enjoyed our coverage yesterday. We've got some terrific camera angles for you. We've really got a great day planned. On the running event side, at noon, the women will start with their mile run final. And then at 12:15, the men will run the mile on their side. And starting right about 12:40, it'll be a mad dash to the finish for the next 2 hours. We'll have all of the running event finals for you from that point. Dev Patel from the University of Chicago here in the triple jump. That is easily our best jump of the three so far. The top mark in qualifying actually came from our final competitor, Eloy Fernandez from Carnegie Mellon. We'll see him in just a few minutes. So we are just getting started here this morning. Washington University had a pretty good day. They've got the lead on both the men's and the women's side. And by the way, you can follow the live results along with us on top of the live video coverage. Those live results are available also on our website, athletics.case.edu. Here's Kevin Trong, who had a seed mark of 12.12 meters. Good jump for Trong. In the men's triple jump, there are not any competitors, at least at this time, that are really threatening to qualify for the national meet. Nobody in the UAA is within the top 40 nationally so far in the triple jump qualifying marks. The top men's triple jump mark nationally so far was set just a couple weeks ago by Luther Newbern of Benedictine University out in Illinois. He jumped 15.10 meters. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, Ted Falkayan. And a good jump for Chicago. We are working, by the way, on acquiring a radio to be able to tell you some of these distances live. In terms of the actual geography of our facility, this particular event, which starts the day, happens to be the furthest one away from us from where we're at. But we've certainly got great coverage, and we'll let you know as we can who is placed and where. So a couple different schools represented already. In the meantime, first time today, we will see Washington University. And this is Izugo Onejume. Good speed at the start. Wow, a huge jump. Onejume, I would certainly think that's one of our top couple jumps so far of the morning. By the way, the UAA meet record, 14.87 meters, set back in 2012. That is a good meter and a half plus off, more like meter and a half off the top qualifying mark here today so far. It's getting awfully loud over there as Carnegie Mellon gets an opportunity. Frederick Dauphin with lots of the Tartan fan base, or at least competitors already here. Dauphin with a qualifying mark, 13.22 meters. And a healthy round of applause for him. Of course, everybody's hoping that they can put up marks within the top 15 in the country in each individual event, whether it's on the track or in the field. And the hope is that they can find their way in 2 weeks down to Birmingham, Alabama for the National Indoor Track and Field Championships. Good effort for Dauphin. Again, we're working on being able to get you some results here from this first heat, so we'll certainly share those with you momentarily. In the meantime, Churchill Perry from Brandeis had a jump of 13.44 in his seeding. A little flat-footed. Dauphin had a 12.77 jump for Carnegie Mellon, so not quite as good as his qualifying seed. Meanwhile, for the first time after the Churchill Perry jump, Kai Fletcher, the first Spartan from Case Western Reserve, gets a chance to compete here this morning. Kai Fletcher 12.77 in his seed qualifier. Perry jumped 13.08 in his jump a moment ago. Here comes Kai Fletcher. Apparently wasn't happy with where he was at and did not really attempt the jump. All right, so Collis McKenzie from Washington University on the way. That was a huge leap. Top men's triple jumper in the UAA so far this year is the final competitor, Eloy Fernandez from Carnegie Mellon, and he is not far away from us now. In the meantime, Eric Yu from the University of Chicago. That last jump from McKenzie, 12.11 meters. Eric Yu has jumped 13.19. That's his best mark of the year. It might be a little shy of that, but certainly a good effort to get started here this morning. If you're just joining us, it's our very first field event of our second day coverage. So no worries if you're tuning in just a few minutes late. Still the first go-round here in our first heat. The top 7 will advance to the finals. .43 on the jump for Eric Yu. Reed Farber next. Reed Farber from Carnegie Mellon. 12.98 meters his seed mark. Terrific jump. Another look at it here. Only 2 more here in the first go-round. That was a jump of 12.86. Terrific. Another Spartan. This is Ananth Suresh. Suresh has jumped 12.92 so far this year. Good effort to get started. Suresh, a junior from Singapore. And this will bring up Eloy Fernandez, who is far and away the favorite in the men's triple jump, trying to win a UAA championship. 13.8 his qualifying jump. It is just barely better than the Washington University competitor Izugo Onehime that we saw jump earlier. Just better than his top mark of the season. Let's see what Eloy Fernandez has. That last one, by the way, from Suresh, 12.79 as Fernandez comes down the line. Wow. Easily our best jump so far. Good speed, good form, and he is gliding through the air. And a nice round of applause for him. Well, the loud ovation lets us think that it's certainly the top jump. It is a 13.70 leap for Eloy Fernandez. That is far and away by more than half a meter the best we've had so far as we go back through for round two. Charlie Hugh. And he stumbled just a little bit, sneaking into the pit, but you can tell he's a little frustrated with himself. On the men's side, again, the meet record came from Emory's Ian Francis back in 2012 when he essentially flew 14.87 meters. A full meter further than Eloy Fernandez had. Back to Zachary Adams. That jump for Hugh, 12.26. Adams patiently waiting for his chance to make his way ahead. Here he comes. Adams, a freshman from Stratham, New Hampshire. Just barely into the pit. Time for Dev Patel from the University of Chicago. That last jump from Adams, 12.58. All right, Patel, junior from Milburn High School. He's a New Jersey native. Super long strides. Great leap. He's been one of the best we've seen so far. Seed mark was 12.67, but I have a feeling he has outleapt that twice already. Although Patel called for a fault on that one, so it will not count. Time for Kevin Trong from Brandeis. Goes flailing into the front of the pit. You're watching the second jump attempts for all of our competitors in the men's triple jump. Trong jumps exactly 12.00 meters. Ted Falkenhayn from the University of Chicago next to go. Just into the front of the pit. You can tell he got a little bit, perhaps just a little flat-footed. Time for WashU to get back out there. Izugo Onejime. Washington University has thoroughly dominated the UAA indoor track and field. Last jump of 12.35 for Falkenhayn. Onejime could be one of the real threats to Eloy Fernandez. Between the two, you kind of have a feeling it might come down to the two of them at the top. Massive jump for Onejime. Jump of 13.40 for Onejime. So Izugo Onejime at the moment in second place behind Eloy Fernandez. So far, so good for him. Frederick Dauphin from Carnegie Mellon. His first jump, 12.77. And Dauphin with another good leap. Great slow-mo replay. You can see just kind of how he tries to carry himself forward, sprinting down that lane, create a little momentum at the end, and then leap forward as far as he can. 12.85 for Dauphin on that, so slightly better than his first jump. So Churchill Perry, another opportunity for him. Perry, one of the better triple jumpers in the UAA. His 13.44 mark is his season high. Third best in the association. That one perhaps a little short of that, but still a good jump. First one for him was 13.08. Everybody's still kind of getting loose, though. Wow, a fabulous jump, 13.67. He leapt a little further than I thought. 13.67 is one of the best jumps we've seen, along with Fernandez and Onejime. Kai Fletcher for Case Western Reserve comes up a little short and faults. You could kind of see in that first stride that I don't know if he had that right leg buckle out from underneath him or what the case might have been, as Collins McKenzie from Washington University takes his chance. Next field event will start right around 10 o'clock. Women's shot put will be contested. The women's shot put record in the conference, 13.96 meters. We'll let you know how those all work their way out. Last jump from McKenzie, significantly better than his first. It's 12.60 after 12.11 on his first go-round. A lot of height on that third jump for Eric Yu of Chicago. And pretty good cheer for Reed Farber from Carnegie Mellon, who is up next. Eric Yu with a slightly shorter jump that time, 12.25 compared to 12.43 on his first one. All eyes, though, on Reed Farber. Good effort for him. Barber qualified with 12.98. His first jump, 12.86. And he is unfortunately called for a fault on his second jump. Only two more competitors here for their second jumps. Case Western's Ananth Suresh. His first time, 12.79. And Suresh faults. So a disappointing attempt for Suresh. And it brings back Eloy Fernandez. Again, one of the favorites for sure in the men's triple jump to try to win the conference championship in the indoor meet. And the Tartan group really getting behind him. Fernandez just about ready to rock. Wow. What an incredible leap from Eloy Fernandez. First jump was 13.70 meters. And a huge reaction. I got a feeling Fernandez just set a huge number. His best of the season, 13.8. That jump was mammoth. How about 13.98 meters? Eloy Fernandez smashes his season best. We go back to the top. Charlie Hu from Emory faults there. Now to give you an idea, 13.98 is a terrific jump for sure. And it very well could hold up as a UAA mark, but he still would have a long way to go to try and qualify for the national meet. 13.98 would be the 40th best jump in the country so far this year. And there are 38 leaps of 14 meters or more. So it's going to take a huge effort from Eloy Fernandez late. Zachary Adams scoots into the pit, but not by too much. Make an announcement here inside the competition facility that the women's shot put pit will open up about 9:30 to start warming up. Adams 12.35 on that jump. Again, Dev Patel. Nice jump for him. For Patel, 12.91 after faulting on his second jump, so good to see him throw up a solid mark. Next up for Brandeis, Kevin Trong. And he flails himself to the front of the pit. We're in the men's triple jump. If you're just joining us, this is the third jump for each competitor. 11.88 for Mr. Trong. Solid effort from Ted Falkenhayn. And this is another one after Falkenhayn we've certainly enjoyed so far. Izugo Onejame coming up for Washington University. It is a 12.32 leap for Ted Falkenhayn. Onejame last time 13.4, but he knows he needs a huge leap here to try and catch Eloy Fernandez. Well, he certainly gave it his all, and he'll qualify, I'm certain, when they make the cut in the field. Didn't have quite the same cheer behind him because there aren't too many Bears here yet this morning. But I imagine that's pretty close to his best jump so far, although he's shaking his head. Perhaps he disagrees. We'll find out. Frederick Dauphin from Carnegie Mellon preparing. That last jump, 13.49. It was almost a full tenth of a meter better than his last. Dauphin flying down that triple jump lane. Good effort for him. He is psyched up. Last time Dauphin jumped 12.85. Probably needs this to secure himself a spot in the finals. Dauphin goes sprinting up the other way. I imagine he's probably pretty jazzed. How about a 13.26 for Frederick Dauphin? That's definitely going to be good enough to get him in the top 7. Churchill Perry, our 8th competitor here in this flight. By the way, when we get to the finals with those top 7, we'll welcome inside Nate Wahner, who competed here at Case Western Reserve and followed the opening day of competition yesterday. Churchill Perry. Let's see where he ends up. Great slow motion replay. Perry seems pleased. He has leapt more than 13 meters in each of his first 2, and his best one now, 13.8. Wow. Churchill Perry far exceeds his qualifying mark of 13.44. Time for Case's Kai Fletcher. After faulting on the first couple, Fletcher looked like on each of the first 2 triple jump attempts, his right knee kind of buckled out from underneath him. Unfortunately, that probably won't be enough to get him into the top 7, but a good effort. It's a jump of 12.38. Here comes Collis McKenzie. Washington University, of course, hoping they can rack up some points, as they have certainly been the top dog in the conference the last couple of years. McKenzie with a great effort. He was able to not fall backwards either. That certainly helps. Only 4 more jumps before they cut the field in half from 14 to 7. Again, if you're just joining us late, the top qualifying mark entering this meet was 13.8 by Fernandez. We've already seen 2 jumps that have eclipsed that. Of course, the best one came from Fernandez himself, 13.98. McKenzie with a 12.98 meter jump. Here comes Eric Yu from Chicago. Nice effort. Yu had 12.43 and 12.25 in his first couple. And all of a sudden, it's going to start getting loud for Carnegie Mellon's Reed Farber. .72 for Mr. Yu. That's his best mark of the afternoon. Will it be enough, though, to get him into that top 7? Reed Farber needs a pretty good jump after faulting last time. His best was his first jump, 12.86. See if he can top that one. Anand Suresh from Case Western getting a chance here in just a moment. It'll be a 12.63 leap for Reed Farber. So his best was his second. Meanwhile, Suresh also faulted last time. 12.79, the top mark for him so far. And here he comes. Didn't maybe get quite as much on that last leap as he would have liked, but he comes up a little limp. Hopefully he's okay. Suresh's best jump, 12.92 so far. That was a couple meets back. And our final competitor before we cut the field in half, Eloy Fernandez. Suresh 12.41. He'll probably be left out of the top 7. Eloy Fernandez from Carnegie Mellon. Last time went 13.98, which is a new season best for him. Great start. Well, and he faults. But he didn't need it to get in. He probably had that somewhere in the back of his mind, that knowing he had the top mark, there's no reason to push himself. So a fault from Fernandez, and that'll cut us down to the top 7. We'll let you know who those top 7 are momentarily. But at this time, we'll welcome in Nate Wahner, who obviously competed for Case Western Reserve for several years, and certainly glad to have you as part of our indoor track and field coverage.
It's great to be here.
How did day 1 go in your opinion?
Day 1 went really well. I definitely saw a lot of really great things out there. As John and I talked about at the end of yesterday, there's a lot of really tight groups qualifying to day 2 for those finals, which is going to set these races up today to be really competitive, and every point's going to matter when it comes down to the end to try to get that team championship. Finals start at 9:52 today. But really excited to see what's going to happen. The 200 is a very, very tight-knit group. Irie Gord is a step ahead, but the next 5 are very tightly packed. 400 is similarly placed, very tight, and 800 is always exciting to watch here at the UAA Championship. Well,
and it's certainly fun because the last day of the championships, in basically all regards, is all about championship race after championship race. It's hard hitting, it's fast, and there is a champion crowned what feels like every 10 to 15 minutes. And so there's a lot of action and a ton of excitement, and it's great to see all the different teams get involved. So, as Nate said, 9:52 will get underway with the championship flight for the men's triple jump. And at 10 a.m., the women's shot put will begin, so we'll give you coverage of both of those along the way. But we'll step aside here for a couple minutes, and when we come back, we'll set up the men's triple jump finals. You're watching our coverage of the 2018 UAA Indoor Track and Field Championships.
Fred, how much time do we have left? Five? That was a fast 10 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your finalists for the men's triple jump. Kevin Trulong, Brandeis. Izugo Wanjigi of Washington University. Frederick Goffin of Carnegie Mellon. Churchill Perry of Brandeis.
Spin.
Kai Fletcher of Case Western. Alice McKenzie of Washington University. Eric Yu, University of Chicago.
We both make fun. Hold up.
And Leroy Fernandez of Carnegie Mellon.
Charlie, I'm pretty sure you made finals.
Almost time for the finals for the men's triple jump at the 2018 Indoor Track and Field Championships in the UAA. Here's a good look at the longest jump we had in our first three qualifying leaps. Eloy Fernandez from Carnegie Mellon went completely crazy. Nearly jumped 14 meters, 13.98. It's a new season best for him by almost 0.2 of a meter. A terrific leap for him, puts him in first place by a good margin. And unfortunately for him, he still has a long way to go before he could qualify for nationals, because that jump of 13.98 is actually 40th in the country. But certainly a good one for him, and for the goal to be a UAA title, it's going to be tough for somebody to top that.
Yeah, that's a huge jump to get, 14 meters. As you said, there's only 40 people in the country that go further than that each year. So for him to go 13.98 here at the conference meet is huge, because this is when you want to show up. You want to throw down your best, and he's certainly doing that today.
What's it like knowing that, you know, you've got to reach a certain mark or try to edge out a certain number of competitors as you try to qualify for the national meet? I know you've been on that stage before. What's the mental thought process like? It doesn't matter if you're a field athlete or a runner. I would imagine it's probably pretty similar, no?
Yeah, it's definitely similar. It can be kind of tough because sometimes you feel like you're just chasing a mark and you're trying to find the right competition. But when you're here at this conference meet, it's a great opportunity because there's great competitors across the board. There's a different energy that comes out of athletes, and that's something that I definitely thrived off of the past few years, is showing up to conference and there's just something that clicks and changes, and you just hit another level. And you're seeing that today with Eloy Fernandez. He's really feeling it, and he's letting the energy of the conference meet drive him to be better.
How much of it, too, is, you know, certainly you're competing against your own personal best, right? But the idea of seeing other competitors around you hitting high marks, how much does that really fire you up and kind of help elevate your game?
Oh, it definitely fires you up. You're going to see them get excited. They're going to be jumping up and down, and, you know, he's probably out there thinking, you know, I want to be, you know, jumping up and down and have him sitting over here watching me getting fired up. And when two people start feeding off each other, you get a great competition going, and it just drives everybody in the field to be better, because everybody wants to be that person that's super excited and, you know, it's the one jumping up and down and then gets to stand on that podium at the end of the day.
On top of the men's triple jump finals, we are also about to begin the women's shot put. And so we'll try to bounce back and forth between those two events. That event is scheduled to start at 10 o'clock, so they're still getting themselves loose and warming up. And again, we'll show you as much of the men's triple jump finals as we can before we head over into the shot put circle. In the meantime, the rest of the schedule on the field side, we will also have the women's high jump beginning at 10 o'clock, and they are warming up near side to where we're located. You can kind of see them in the middle of your screen there, and there is the high jump bar where they'll be competing. The women's triple jump about 11 o'clock, the men's pole vault at noon, and the men's shot put at 12:30. The running events start at noon. We'll start with the women on the track. They'll run the mile. Then the men will run the mile about 12:15. And from there it becomes literally a mad dash for the next 2 hours in every different sprint event for the next couple hours. And then they'll break it up with the 3,000-meter finals at 1:35 and 1:50 before finishing, as we always do, with the 4x4. And those are some of the most fun races, indoor or outdoor. 4x4 always has some really cool buzz to it.
Yeah, it was my favorite event when I was competing. You get 4 guys together to compete and try to take home a title.
Okay, we'll step aside real quick. It looks like maybe the men's triple jump is not quite ready to go yet, but I imagine that won't be much longer before they get rolling. So, men's triple jump finals and the women's shot put coming up here shortly from Case. All right, looks like we're ready to go for the men's triple jump finals. We'll let you know the competitors as we're moving along. We certainly know a couple that are in, but a couple that were on the cusp we're probably still determining. All right, so Dev Patel, Kevin Trong. Nope. Ohename? Okay, he's up first. Or I should say he's up third. This is Dev Patel for University of Chicago, who's about to go. Patel, good leap. Our first jump came from McKenzie. That's Collis McKenzie from WashU, and he was at 12.71. Of course, the goal is to be top 3 in the event to garner all UAA honors.
Yeah,
this is Mr. Dauphin as Patel faulted.
Even getting top 6, you just want to put some points on the board for your team. So they take 7 to finals, keep it competitive, and give that 7th person a chance to maybe move up and take a point after their preliminary jumps.
Dauphin coming down. We'll get his mark in a moment. For those who might be unfamiliar with the scoring and maybe just looking for some Sunday morning entertainment, explain how the individual and the team scoring are kind of correlated and the points that are associated with the top 6 and how that all works.
So each competitor in the top 6 receives points for their efforts. The winner gets 10, second place gets 8, third 6, fourth is 4, 5th is 2, and 6th is 1 point. And those points get added up from each individual event, and teams are then given a score overall at the end. And it usually takes about 150 to win the meet. So every point matters, even just scoring 1 point for your team. That, those can add up if you're, getting a third and a sixth. Every point matters here, and you're going to see teams like WashU that are going to be out there picking up points all over the board, and to be able to keep up with them because they're usually the favorites, you have to be able to do that as well.
Speaking of Washington University, we're about to see Izugo Onejame. Meanwhile, the best jump we've seen so far in this final round came from Charlie Hugh from Emory on that last leap, 13.18 meters. Bears trying to get behind their man. That's a good jump, but probably not his best of the day. He kind of fell backwards a little bit there.
Yeah, so they're going to mark the farthest point back that's closest to the board. And, when you see somebody fall like that, you might see him measure a couple different points to try to figure out, which one is closest and which one they're going to actually count as the mark.
We see the concerted effort to keep the elbows up as he starts to fall back, because the last thing he wants to do is drag it behind him. He still jumps 13.36, and at the moment that's the top mark in our championship run. All right, next up for Brandeis, it'll be Churchill Perry, who I really thought leapt well in his third qualifying mark. We'll see if he's got more of that magic in him. It's going to take something pretty special to knock off Eloy Fernandez in the triple jump. Good effort from Perry. I think you could see those neon shoes from Pittsburgh.
The socks go really well there,
yeah,
too.
They certainly match. And we'll see what the mark is. Wow. Big jump, 13.76. Churchill Perry applying a little pressure. Not enough for Eloy Fernandez yet. Fernandez with a 13.98, his best mark of the season, came a little bit ago, but Churchill Perry might have put himself in real contention for second place. That was a huge jump from Fernandez.
Yeah,
although I think he may have faulted.
Yeah, you can see him at the end of this. He gets great extension to be able to really get the legs out there and keep the elbows up and get as much distance as possible.
So he did commit the fault. So Mackenzie, Patel, Dolphin, Hu, Onejame, Perry, and Fernandez are top 7 competitors. They will each have 2 more opportunities. So how about for those that are wondering along the way, that if your qualifying mark in your preliminary, can that carry over and beat your mark in the finals, or do you need to reset something?
No, your marks carry over from prelims, so those still count, and Eloy Fernandez will carry that 13.98 into finals, and I mean that's going to be a hard mark to beat. Especially
considering he is the last one to jump. He knows he's competing against his own best mark at the moment. That doesn't mean he doesn't have anything to jump for. He still has plenty to jump for. Mackenzie, 13.14. Here comes Patel. Wow. Terrific extension on that last jump for sure. Patel faulted on that first time. He's had a couple of faults today. 12.91 his best jump so far. But he seems content there. In the meantime, Frederick Dauphin, who had a really nice showing just a couple moments ago. Patel 13.1 as Dauphin races. Love the pure joy on his face after he finishes off a big one. Wow.
That was a huge jump.
Yeah, and he's sprinting back the other way faster than he ran down the track a moment ago. He must love it. It is 13.32. It was half a meter further than he did his first time around. 13.32 is his best so far. That's Emory's Charlie Hugh, who needs to have a big last jump. Our best marks so far, Fernandez 13.98. This one was 13.17 for Hugh. Perry had the 13.76. That's his best jump of the day. And Ohejame, we'll see what he can come up with. 13.36 last time. His best is 13.49. So right now he's in third place. A really solid effort from him. You might not hear it in terms of the cheers because there aren't a whole lot of WashU student athletes over there, but that was a pretty good effort from Ohejame. Although, I have to be honest, I didn't see where, but he has been disqualified on that jump. They said he faulted. Did you catch it?
So it's hard to see the board from here because of people standing in the way, but you know, if he's even a hair over that line, they'll foul him for that. You'll see the red flag. But talking about the board, there are two boards over there that athletes can decide which one they want to jump off of. So they'll be let the official know ahead of time. You know, they want the close board, the far board, and those are usually a couple feet difference. And you'll see a lot of these guys going probably off the backboard, which is a little bit further, so they have more space in the pit.
Churchill Perry. I think that wins for best celebration so far. I have a feeling he's pretty fired up about his biggest jump. Holy smokes! 14.24.
Wow, that is a huge jump, and that definitely puts the pressure on Eli Fernandez here.
So Fernandez knows his 13.98 isn't going to hold up. 14.24 right now is 23rd in the nation. That is a massive leap for Churchill Perry. Can Fernandez answer? He sure can.
Watching that in slow motion there, he had a great drive phase to really get a lot of power and speed heading into that, hitting the board and getting a big jump.
13.80 for Eloy Fernandez. So not quite his best of the day. And as our championship race here goes down to its final few competitors, it's one more jump for everybody. Collis McKenzie from WashU on his final leap. McKenzie's gone 12.71 and 13.14. .16 for McKenzie, and so he has his best leap of the entire day on his last leap. But is it enough? It'll be really fun to watch these last three. Onejame, Perry, and Fernandez all vying for that UAA championship. Patel. And Patel faults. So 13.10, his best. And unfortunately for him, he faulted 3 times. Now Frederick Dauphin. Last jump at 13.32 was almost an entire half meter further than his first in this finals. He's not out of it, but he needs something big here. Jumps with all his might. It's a big one. I think perhaps he's feeling a little nervous, knowing that at the moment he is not inside that top 3 for all UAA honors, but could still certainly give some points to Carnegie Mellon. I think that was his best jump of the day. Let's see what his official distance is. 13.44 for Dauphin. So it will leave him on the outside looking in for all conference, but it's still a really impressive leap. All right, Charlie Hu has had a frustrating couple of final jumps, 13.18, 13.17. He knows he's not going to be all conference.
You can really see the energy with these guys ramping up with Churchill Perry jumping really well and Eloy Fernandez also jumping really well. You can see them feeding off each other's energy, and everybody's starting to get excited and really trying to lay it down on this last jump.
Izugo Onejame with his final jump after faulting last time. He needs a huge leap here. His best of the day is 13.49. That's good enough for third at the moment. Who went 12.58 on his last one. Onejame. Well, it was a heck of an effort. We'll see where it ends up. He kind of pounds the sand in frustration. Perhaps he doesn't feel like it'll be enough. Hard to determine his reaction. 13.34, so his best leap, 13.49. And it really comes down to the last two. Churchill Perry jumped an incredible 14.24. That was far and away the best we've seen so far today. Can he match it? Not on that one. I think he basically says, okay, Eloy Fernandez, 14.24, go out and get it. The 14.24 is, again, top 25 in the country, but right now it's going to leave him just a little on the outside of reaching the national meet. And so it comes down to Eloy Fernandez. If he's able to put up one of the best jumps of his career, he could win the men's triple jump. If not, it will be Churchill Perry from Brandeis as our champion. Fernandez sits in second place. The mark to beat is 14.24 meters. Well, he certainly gave it his best. Waiting to see the reaction from the Tartan fans and student athletes. Great effort from Fernandez, but I have a feeling he's a little short. 13.95, it's his best jump of the day. And it's good enough for second place. Congratulations to Fernandez, but our champion in the men's triple jump, Churchill Perry, whose best jump of the year coming in was 13.44. He jumped 14.24 today.
That's it's the energy of this meet. It just brings those things out of you, and you start to hit new season's bests. And you know, him seeing Eloy Fernandez and Frederick Dauphin jump really well definitely starts to amp you up yourself, and he let that energy carry him through and hit a huge jump. I mean, almost a meter PR on the year.